Hello, I'm Lisa Honig-Buxbaum, CEO and founder of Soaringwords. Welcome to Soaring into Strength. Today we celebrate CODA, one of the Academy Award nominated movies, in another episode of Soaringwords at the Movies. The Hollywood Reporter called the Academy Award nominated movie CODA, quote, a comfortable, cathartic, feel-good story well told, end quote. Timing is everything. And these days, I'm certain that we all can use more comforting, cathartic, feel-good stories. CODA is an acronym for Children of Deaf Adults. This movie was especially meaningful to me because I am the daughter of a CODA, and I grew up hearing many stories from my mother's childhood about her experiences as she was always called upon to be the ears of her family. Today, with TTY technology, the internet, and closed captions, deaf people can communicate more readily with the outside world in ways that were not imaginable in the 1940s and before. For example, because my mother's parents were deaf, she always had to answer the rotary telephone in their apartment. When she was only 10 years old, she received a phone call stating that her grandmother had died. My mother had to be the one to receive the news and then to tell her mother. It was an immense emotional burden that she had to carry at such a young age. A happier, playful anecdote when my mom and her mother, my Grandma Fay, got called to the principal's office after Mom got in trouble horsing around in gym class. My grandmother and mother sat in the principal's office, and Mom acted as the go-between, interpreting what the stern principal and the annoyed gym teacher were saying to her mother. While the gym teacher went on, admonishing my mother for being the class clown, young Janice audaciously edited the words in sign language to tell her mother, "Janice is so talented. Janice is such a leader," and other glowing accolades. My grandmother sat there smiling and nodding her head. And that was just a small example where being the lifeline, connecting her two deaf parents to the hearing world, paid off. The film CODA shares the story of Ruby, a child of deaf adults just like my mother, as she comes of age in the seaside town of Gloucester, Massachusetts. Before going to school, Ruby wakes up every morning long before sunrise to accompany her deaf father and deaf brother on the fishing boat to listen for the Coast Guard or other fishing boat announcements while her family members work. Because of this, she often falls asleep in school from exhaustion and is ridiculed by all the other students for smelling like fish. CODA also happens to be a technical term in musical composition, a concluding section typically at the end of a sonata movement based on re-elaborations of thematic material previously heard. Ruby is also a talented singer and, well, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but I promise you'll be singing along and crying before the final credits roll, in a good way. The film's authenticity is hinged on the three deaf characters being played by deaf actors, including award-winning actress Marlee Matlin. One of the most powerful scenes in the movie happens when Ruby is performing on stage and the soundtrack is silent, so that we immediately experience the world as deaf people do. I was reminded of many fond memories with my beloved Grandma Fay, who was deaf, as she placed her hand on my guitar to feel the vibrations of the music as I played and sang. Here's a positive psychology exercise to get you in touch with your passion and to help you achieve goals that are important for you. The late, great Dr. Shane Lopez talks about pathways to making hope happen. There are many pathways to accomplishing a goal or overcoming an obstacle. However, oftentimes in life, when Plan A gets thwarted when trying to achieve something, people simply stop trying and give up. Shane Lopez encourages us to be more expansive and resilient in order to make hope happen. He says that if you can't do Plan A, then try Plan B. If Plan B fails, move on to Plan C until you get all the way to Plan Z if you have to. Like our heroine in CODA, we can exemplify Ruby's perseverance, resilience, and hope as we overcome challenges in pursuit of our best possible lives. I'm sending you strength and love. Soaring Words is the power to heal.